Hey there, this is Kyle Russell of crystalconcentrics.com, and I am wanting to talk to you about pendulums. This is a nice smoky quartz pendulum right here that I'm holding, and a lot of people ask me at shows, what's the deal with pendulums, how do you use them, etc. I am no dowser, so I'm not like officially a practitioner of using pendulums, so I'm going to give you the most basic, dumbed down explanation that a lot of the professionals and experts might take issue with, but it's simple enough for me to understand. And the idea is that basically when you're having such a small amount of the pendulum, that is to say the chain just touching your fingers, it's possible for very subtle shifts in your energy and in your movement to shift the direction in which the pendulum goes. So for example, it might go back and forth, it might go left to right, or it might go in circles this way, or circles back the other way. And those are used to identify a yes or a no and a variety of other sort of answers. So if you're in a situation where you're seeking answers, the pendulum can be very helpful. And I've known many people who hang pendulums over their prospective purchases to see if this is the right stone for them to go home with. I don't operate that way. I don't make my decisions that way. I can tell just by looking at the stone or feeling it, sometimes even online, if it's the right stone for me, and I make that decision myself without the intercession of a sort of intermediary like this. So if you're drawn to using a pendulum, study up on it, maybe work with someone who knows more than you, consult with an expert, look up videos online or whatnot, and you'll find your own balance and relationship to the pendulum. Now, for me, I have actually a radically different approach to thinking about how and why a pendulum might be useful. Of course, for me, when you take an object like this, what it's made of becomes really, really important. How it's cut, and of course the chain matters too, but for me the actual stone is relevant, and energetically what I think pendulums should or ought to be used, if I were to use them in a healing capacity, is to hang them over an area that you're working on with a person. It could be their mind, it could be some part of their body, their throat, wherever you're trying to infuse a particular type of energy. Your energy is going through your hand into the fine chain and then out and being focused through the point of the pendulum. So that, I think, is where the pendulum would be very useful in my understanding of how to work with crystals. So I hope that was helpful. That's the Crystal Concentrics perspective. You can email me, Kyle, K-Y-L-E, at crystalconcentrics.com, and I'll be glad to continue the conversation. I'm always happy to learn and evolve my own thinking, but I wanted to give folks a little sense about pendulums in general, how people use them, and also how I would use them and how I think they would be very useful as a crystal healing tool. Thanks for tuning in. Till later.